Hi everyone, I'm the expert from Benefit Report, and today I'm going to share an incredibly important opportunity that you might be missing out on. $3.6 billion is being distributed to low-income households, and if you earn under $60,000 a year, you could receive from $500 to $1,800 just this month. However, there are two issues you need to know about right away if you want to get this money. Although this program has $3.6 billion, it's short by $600 million compared to the actual need. This means it won't be enough for everyone. So, if you don't act quickly, you could very well be left behind. This program operates on a first-come, first-served basis. Whoever applies first gets it first. Once the money runs out, you'll have to wait until next year for another chance. And if the program doesn't continue, you'll get nothing. So how can you benefit from this $3.6 billion program? In the next 20 minutes, I'll share with you how to get the money quickly, whether you're eligible, which states have the funds, and how to apply. More importantly, I'll explain why this program might not be around next year. Don't miss out. Keep watching the video for details. Today, I want to share an issue that's directly affecting millions of Americans, especially low-income households. It's the non-stop rise in energy costs, particularly electricity bills. A reality that I believe you've noticed too. Electricity prices are skyrocketing, and this has a huge impact on the lives of many families. Let me walk you through some specific data. In 2021, the average American family's electricity bill was only around $115 per month. But just 3 years later, in 2024, that number has jumped to $183 per month. This might not be too surprising for those facing monthly electricity bills, but this is just the average. If you live in states like Texas or California, bills can reach $280 to $350 per month during the summer. That's a massive expense, especially when summer in those areas can drag on for months. For low-income families, this isn't just a number, it's a real burden. For them, every month can be a struggle between paying the electricity bill or buying food. They're not only wrestling with utility bills, but also facing hardships in maintaining a basic standard of living. High electricity bills can force them to cut back on other essentials like food, medicine, or necessary healthcare services. That's why the LIHEAP, Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, was created. The goal of this program is to help families like these, those struggling to pay energy bills while their wages aren't enough to cover everything. LIHEAP provides financial assistance to low-income households so they can pay their electricity bills, helping them ease the financial burden and maintain stability in their lives. With the relentless rise in energy prices, especially in the context of scorching summers and freezing winters, this program has become a crucial lifeline. It not only supports low-income families through cold winters or heat waves, but also helps them maintain a more stable life in the long term. We can't let these families choose between energy or food, and LIHEAP is the solution to keep them from facing that harsh choice. We'll dive into the details of how this $3.6 billion is allocated and who gets it first in the next section. However, the key thing I want you to remember is that because of the sharp increase in energy prices, programs like LIHEAP are becoming a matter of survival for millions of Americans. In this section, I'll share information with you about the disbursement schedule for the $3.6 billion allocated to low-income households through the LIHEAP program. This is a very important program, and if you don't act quickly, the opportunity to receive assistance could slip away fast. In October 2024, the federal government announced the $3.6 billion in assistance for low-income households. However, even though this amount is quite large, with the enormous number of people needing help, it won't be enough to meet all the demands. So, states will receive the money and distribute it gradually. November 2024 is when disbursements begin, and about 15 initial states have already received funding. These are the states that will start dispersing early, allowing residents in those areas to get the money quickly. Then, from December 2024 to January 2025, the remaining about 35 states will receive the rest of the funds from the program. However, you need to note that the money will be distributed gradually by state and will run out very quickly. Once it's gone, residents in states that haven't received assistance yet will have to wait until next year. Therefore, if you're living in one of these states, You'll have a chance to get the money sooner, but you must act now. February 2025 is the projected time when the money will run out for this year. So, if you don't apply right away, you'll have to wait until next year for a chance to get the money. This makes submitting an application immediately incredibly important. Quickly check if your state has received funds and apply when you can. Regarding allocation by state, the first 15 states that received money will distribute it to residents shortly after the funds are transferred. After that, about 20 states will disperse within 2 to 4 weeks, and the remaining states will get the money at the start of 2025. However, you need to note that distribution won't be even across states, and some large states with high demand will run out of money quickly. These states, such as California, Texas, and Florida, make up a large portion of the population and could exhaust funds in just the first 4 to 5 weeks. Especially with the $600 million shortfall compared to actual needs, the funding shortage will be even more severe. We've seen in previous years that Michigan ran out of money after just 6 weeks of disbursement, while Pennsylvania ran out after 8 weeks. With this year's budget shortfall, large states could run out quickly, in just about 4 to 5 weeks. This means you need to act right now, especially if you live in states with high demand and a large number of applicants. In summary, applying as early as possible is crucial so you don't miss out on assistance from the LIHEAP program. Make sure you know the disbursement status in your state and prepare all your documents to apply on time. This program isn't unlimited, and when the money is gone, you'll have to wait until next year. Next in this section, I'll help you understand more about who qualifies for money from the LIHEAP program and how families can receive assistance. This is an important step because only if you meet all the criteria can you participate and get financial support from the program. The first thing to clarify is the income criteria. The LIHEAP program is only for low-income families, so your income will largely determine if you're eligible. To qualify, the household's monthly income must be below the specified limit. For example, for a single person living alone, monthly income can't exceed $2,430, which is about $29,160 per year. If your family has 2 people, this level is $3,287 per month, or $39,440 per year. Similarly, the maximum income levels will increase depending on the number of people in the family. Something to note is that some states may apply different income limits. For example, in California, some areas may allow household income up to 80% of the county's median income where you live. This means you need to check the specific regulations in your state to ensure you're eligible. Next is residency status. To participate in this program, you must be a U.S. citizen or a legal resident of the country. However, if you're not a U.S. citizen, but are receiving at least one federal benefit like SSI, SNAP, Medicaid, TANF, or veterans benefits, you may still qualify for assistance. This is an important point because many people might not know that receiving other government support programs also helps them qualify for LIHEAP. Another key factor is your bill status. To receive assistance from LIHEAP, you need an unpaid electricity or gas bill from the past 60 days, or an electricity bill that takes up more than 10% of your family's monthly income. Additionally, if you've received a disconnection notice, you'll be prioritized for assistance from the program. LIHEAP not only helps pay bills, but also prevents disconnections, which is extremely important during freezing winter months or sweltering summers. Finally, you need to note if you've received assistance from LIHEAP in the past 12 months. If you've gotten money in the previous year, you might not qualify again, unless you're in some states that allow reapplication twice a year in emergency situations. Some states like Ohio, Michigan, or Pennsylvania have this option. This means if your family is facing a serious hardship with energy bills, you can still get support. After understanding the eligibility criteria, we'll move to the priority order. This is an important factor in determining who gets the assistance first. The LIHEAP program has a priority system based on the household situation. Priority Tier 1 is the group that gets assistance first. Families in this group are often elderly people over 60, people with disabilities, or families with young children under 6. These are the ones needing emergency support because they're vulnerable to harsh weather conditions. If your family falls into this group, your application will be processed within 24 to 48 hours of submission. Priority Tier 2 includes families with elderly, disabled, or young children, but not in the highest priority group. These are families where energy bills take up 25% to 50% of monthly income. These families will receive assistance within 5 to 7 days. Finally, Priority Tier 3 is the remaining eligible families, not in the above two groups. These are families where energy bills take up less than 25% of monthly income. These families will have their applications resolved in 10 to 14 days after submission. A big question I get from many people is, how much money will I get from this program? The amount of assistance from LIHEAP can vary by state and your family's specific situation. The support level ranges from $300 to $1,800, depending on the type of assistance you receive, like one-time support, emergency support if you've gotten a disconnection notice, or seasonal support, winter or summer. For example, in California, support can range from $400 to $1,000 per family, while in Texas, it ranges from $300 to $800. The LIHEAP program is an opportunity for low-income families to reduce the financial burden of paying energy bills. However, to get this support, you need to understand the criteria and priorities clearly, and act quickly to not miss out on the chance to receive money from the program. Once you've grasped the criteria and know you're eligible for the LIHEAP program, the next step is to apply for assistance. However, I want to emphasize that applying correctly and with all the documents is very important to avoid wasting time and having to resubmit. There are two main ways to apply: online and in person. Depending on your situation and capabilities, you can choose the most suitable method. First, I'll guide you on how to apply online. This is the quickest and most convenient way. To start, you need to find the LIHEAP Assistance Agency in your state. The easiest way is to go online and search for state name LIHEAP or visit energyassistance.gov. This is the official portal to help you find the right agency in your state. Once you access your state's page, you'll see information about the program, including the steps to apply. When you've accessed the state's page, you need to prepare all the necessary documents. This is crucial because if you're missing documents, you won't be able to complete the application and will have to start over. Some basic documents you need to prepare are Social Security Number, SSN, for all household members, pay stubs or income receipts from your job or your most recent tax return, your most recent energy bill, electricity or gas with your name on it, proof of address like a driver's license, lease agreement, or utility bill with your name. If you have elderly, disabled, or young children, you may need additional medical documents to prove their status. After preparing all the documents, you can start filling out the online application form. This process will take about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how quickly you enter the information. Some states require you to upload documents immediately, while others allow you to submit first and upload later. After completing, you'll receive a confirmation email with a tracking code. You should save this code to easily check the status of your application after a few days. If you're not comfortable with technology or can't apply online, you can still choose to apply in person. This method is great for those who don't use technology or have trouble with online applications. To apply this way, you need to contact your state's Community Action Agency, where they can help you fill out the form. The simplest way to find an application location is to call 211. A service number that helps you find the nearest support agencies. You'll be given information about the office address where you can go to apply. When you go there, bring all the prepared documents as the staff will help you fill out the form. However, note that some offices can be crowded and you might have to wait a while. An important point I want to mention is not to miss any documents. Make sure you have all the required materials when applying, whether online or in person. Missing documents can delay your application, and you might lose the chance to get assistance this year. Check everything carefully before submitting. Finally, once you've applied, you need to track the status of your application. If you applied online, check the confirmation email and use the tracking code to see the progress. If there's any shortfall in your file, the agency will contact you via email or phone. If you applied in person, keep the submission receipt and ask the staff about how to track the processing progress. In summary, whether you choose to apply online or in person, thorough preparation and close monitoring are essential so you don't miss out on assistance from the LIHEAP program. Make sure you have all the documents and follow each step accurately. This will help your application process go smoothly and quickly. When you've applied and are hoping to receive assistance from the LIHEAP program, one thing you might encounter is rejection. This isn't rare and can happen for various reasons. However, don't get discouraged right away because I'll show you how to fix these issues. One of the most common reasons for rejection is income that's too high. Many people don't know that the LIHEAP program is only for low-income households, and the maximum income level can change based on the number of people in the family and the state you live in. If you're rejected for this reason, the first thing to do is check if you've calculated gross or net income correctly. Some states calculate pre-tax income, while others use post-tax. If you have large medical expenses, some states may allow you to deduct those to reduce your taxable income. If you feel the rejection is unreasonable, you can appeal and provide additional documents to clarify the situation. Another reason your application might be rejected is missing documents. This is a common mistake, especially if you rush to apply without preparing all the required materials. If you get a notice requesting additional documents, don't ignore it. Check your email or mailbox for any supplement requests. Quickly resubmit the missing documents within the specified time because if you're late, you'll have to reapply from scratch. Additionally, some people might be rejected because they've received assistance in the past 12 months. However, if you're in this group, don't worry too much. Some states like Ohio, Michigan, and Pennsylvania allow residents to reapply twice a year in emergency situations, such as high energy bills or disconnection notices. If after applying you don't qualify for LIHEAP assistance, don't give up. There are many alternative support programs you can join. One option is the Weatherization Assistance Program, WAP, which provides free energy efficiency upgrades for low-income households. This program helps reduce long-term energy costs through home insulation improvements, protecting you from extreme cold or heat waves. If you don't qualify for LIHEAP, WAP is a great choice to cut energy expenses. Additionally, charitable organizations are excellent sources of support. Groups like Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, and United Way often provide emergency funds to help those in financial hardship with paying energy bills. These programs usually don't have as strict criteria as LIHEAP and can help you through temporary difficulties. Finally, if you receive assistance money from the LIHEAP program, it's important to know how to use it properly. This energy assistance program isn't free money for you to spend as you wish. It's to help ease the burden of paying energy bills. After receiving the money, it will be transferred directly to the energy provider instead of to you. You'll see the assistance amount applied directly to your bill balance, reducing what you need to pay that month. However, after receiving assistance, you need to monitor the next bill to ensure the money has been applied correctly. If you don't see the amount on the bill, don't hesitate to contact the energy provider and the LIHEAP managing agency to clarify the issue. Also, save the confirmation email or receipt to check the assistance status later. In summary, no matter what problem you encounter when registering or using LIHEAP assistance, don't give up. There are many alternatives and fixes if you're rejected. The most important thing is to be proactive in researching, preparing documents fully, and always monitoring your file status to ensure you get the needed support as soon as possible. Wrapping up this section, I hope the information I've shared will help you understand the LIHEAP program better and how to make the most of this opportunity to reduce your energy cost burden. Although this is an incredibly important program for low-income families, to receive this support, you need to act quickly and accurately in applying and preparing documents. Along with that, I also encourage you not to overlook other alternatives if you don't qualify for LIHEAP, such as the Weatherization Assistance Program or charitable organizations. These support sources can help you overcome financial difficulties and reduce the energy bill burden, bringing stability to your life. Benefit Report always strives to provide accurate and up-to-date information, from public data, statistical reports, market analyses, to reputable studies from government agencies and experts. Our goal is to give you an objective, clear perspective on support programs, helping families, especially retirees, have a basis for making the right decisions about where to live and manage finances, not just for the present, but for the long-term future as well. We don't represent any government, organization, or real estate company, and we have no intention of promoting or biasing any area. Each individual has unique circumstances, needs, and priorities, and we respect the diversity in personal choices. Our channel always aims to share constructive, neutral information that brings real value to the retiree community. Thank you for watching the video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming videos about other support programs and important information for your life.